Good evening, everybody. It is Friday at 6 p.m. here on All WNY Radio, and you know what that means. It's now time for another brand new edition of Cory Comments On. I'm your host, Cory McKnight. Welcome to the show. You can join me every Friday here on All WNY Radio at 6 p.m. sharp, and I certainly hope that you do. Welcome, welcome. It is Friday, March 8th, 2019, and it is also International Women's Day today. So, big round of applause for all the ladies out there. It's your day. Women are awesome. They make the world go round, really. What would we do without them? So yeah, celebrate. Go on social media and use the hashtag International Women's Day and show some love for the ladies in your life. And they'll appreciate it because it's a nice thing to do. You should do it all the time. It is also daylight savings time on Sunday, speaking of like national days or whatever. And that's kind of a bitch because we're springing ahead. We're going to lose an hour of sleep, and everyone's going to probably be more tired and pissy than usual, even here in Western New York. We've had a long winter, but the saving grace here, even with having daylight savings this weekend, kind of shitty, right? It's going to be nice weather-wise, so got to take the good with the bad. Bad with the good. It's actually going to be pretty warm this weekend after such a long winter up here, and that's always good. Seasonal depression sufferers, rejoice. There is sunlight. It's actually out right now. It's kind of nice. But speaking of Buffalo and, the Buffalo area and the weather and things like that, that directly ties into what I want to talk to you about, I should say, today. And that is the incredible overnight sensation news that was blasting all over sports outlets, news outlets, anything to do with the Buffalo Bills, that Antonio Brown of the Pittsburgh Steelers was rumored to be really close to being dealt to the Buffalo Bills against all odds, as like unlikely as that seems. He is what many would consider probably the best wide receiver in football today. But he last season basically chose to trade himself, or I don't know. It's tough to explain. He is technically still a member of the Steelers roster, but when he finished the year, he said on social media, like, okay, I'm done here. I'm going to go somewhere else, and kind of like made up his own mind before there was even a deal in place or anything like that. So he made it clear he didn't want to play for the Steelers anymore. And he's apparently going to get dealt. So with the season just ending recently and the way it turned out for the Bills not being so hot, really lacking at wide receiver, definitely on offensive line as well, Antonio Brown would be, why would you not want the best receiver in the game if you're slacking on wide receiver, right? But the thing is, with this rumored trade overnight, which he himself said was fake news, too, on his Twitter or something on Instagram, after these reports came out, like, late yesterday evening or whatever, into the overnight, Antonio Brown himself got on social media and said, this is fake news, I'm not going to Buffalo. But the official fucking Ian Rappaport, whoever, there's all these like football guys that are famous for these reports. Adam Schefter is another one. They were pretty sure that it was actually like really happening. He had talked to Buffalo. The Bills contacted his agent, who is probably Drew Rosenhaus. I'm sure he's really famous. He represents everybody. Terrell Owens back in the day, and he did play for the Bills, as unlucky as that was. But that ties in as well, because it was 10 years to the day that Terrell Owens signed with the Buffalo Bills that this rumor broke out that Antonio Brown was coming to the Buffalo Bills. And back in his day, a lot of people might have considered Terrell Owens to be the best receiver in the league. He was going against some good competition back then. I don't know if he was the best, but he was an elite receiver, and nobody expected him to come to the Bills, and then he actually did for one season, I'm pretty sure. And I don't know if he was that great. But he came to the Bills, and like he repped and didn't fucking give him shit or anything. And that's what I'm getting to, is Buffalo being given shit over this. Buffalo's name is being dragged through the mud a little bit because this Antonio Brown thing, after it was basically killed, the report, and it came out that, like, no, there's no way Antonio Brown is going to Buffalo. It was a rumor that got maybe blown out of proportion, whatever. The reports are not true. People are, I don't know, we're kind of like the punchline, I guess, around the NFL community of football or just on social media, where people are like, oh, he was never going to go to Buffalo anyway. Buffalo sucks. Why would he go to Buffalo? They're terrible. It's freezing up there. they don't have anything to do for the nightlife, whatever. There's all these like lame excuses that a lot of people have put towards Buffalo as to why star players wouldn't want to come play here in any sport, whether it's hockey or football or minor league baseball. Who cares? Like anything Buffalo has to offer. The knock on us is always that like it's freezing, there's nothing to do, it's boring, like it's a fucking dump, whatever. And that's real shitty. Like I kind of got angry for a little while. Like, why are we getting shit on here because Antonio Brown, decided, well, no, I don't want to go to Buffalo, whatever. Everyone's like, well, fuck Buffalo. Why would he go there anyway? But the main thing I think that's being lost here, aside from just Buffalo, is the fact that Antonio Brown's like a nut. He's like losing his mind right now. So I wouldn't put it past him to not care, like come to Buffalo and come play in the freezing cold. But he's got a lot going on in his life right now. I don't know, his head is all over the place. He just did an interview recently where he said, like, I don't need football. I want it, but I don't need it. And like all this other shit. Like, I don't even have to play if I don't want to, which is probably true. It's probably true. The guy's got a ton of money. I think he's got like 3 or 4 years or something left on his current contract that he signed with the Steelers and then basically is walking away from or whatever if he doesn't come back to play, which he will. But not only that, he also has a blonde mustache, and it really bothers me. He has a fully bright blonde mustache, but then like the rest of his beard or goatee is black or whatever, natural color. What's going on, AB? Are you losing your mind? Never trust a guy with a blonde mustache, I swear. So not only that, not just his appearance, but like his personality is probably the exact opposite of what you would want in Buffalo. He basically quit on his team. Like he announced that he was leaving the Steelers at the end of the season way before he even had any talks probably with ownership or the GM or whatever, saying, I don't want to play here, can you trade me, or what have you. Just decided himself, like basically I'm walking away. Why would we want that kind of personality? I mean, on the other hand, he is the best. Football, talent-wise, he's great. He's really good. But he's losing his damn mind. And I don't know if it's true or not, but he was reportedly quoted as saying, why would I go freeze my ass off in Buffalo to go 3-13? And if he really said that, then that's, he's a hater. Everybody's hating on Buffalo right now. But you know what? We don't even need to get mad. We don't even need to defend ourselves, actually. Like, that's actually the point I want to leave you with here. We don't even need to defend ourselves here in Buffalo because we are a small and special, tight-knit community for a good reason. And it's going to stay that way for a good reason. We're a small market, whatever, but we embrace it. And I don't care if Antonio Brown doesn't want to come freeze his ass off. Everyone's pretending like Pittsburgh isn't fucking a cartwheel away from Buffalo. You'll be there in 2 seconds. It's cold there too, man. It snows in Pittsburgh too, definitely. Ask Ben Roethlisberger. Like, he's frozen his balls off in the playoffs every single year, if they make it. But AB's a nut, and but we don't even need to defend ourselves because we know that we're awesome. We know that we're a special community, and we keep it small, keep it tight-knit, and that's the way it's supposed to be. Keep your circle small, everybody. Don't let outsiders with blonde mustaches into it. So anyways, did you get caught up in this Antonio Brown hype when this news was dropping? Were you excited? Were you upset? Let me know. Is he losing his mind, too? Why does he have a blonde mustache? Why, Antonio? Do you think that star players want to play in Buffalo? Why or why not? And will the Sabres ever win 2 games in a row? Jesus Christ. Just tack that one on at the end there. If you want to talk about any of that stuff and more, please hit me up on Twitter at allwnycory. We can talk about whatever you'd like. Until then, I'll be back next Friday with another edition of Cory Comments On. Thanks for joining me here tonight. I will see you in a week. Everyone take care. Shout out to the ladies. Have a good weekend. Peace.